think we just need to get right into it. We haven't been live in over a week, and a lot's happened. What do you mean a lot's happened? Well, I don't know if you know this, but apparently TNA is dead, and CM Punk has been fired by WWE. CM Punk has not been fired by WWE. He was in 2014. That doesn't apply to today. Well, he might be having some issues in WWE. You and Joe should really talk about that. Well, I mean, me and Joe will talk about that. But I don't think these issues, the rumor mill's going crazy. Everybody's saying Punk's having all these legal problems with WWE. He might be possibly trying to take legal action. I don't know if that's true. Well, I still think that the downfall of TNA is pretty probable, right? That one's crazy. That's absolutely nuts because not too long ago, me and Joe were talking about could TNA be number 2? That answer seems like a definite no. Oh, hey, by the way, this episode is brought to you by the Puppet World Order. 30 years of the PWO existing. It is not 30 years of the PWO. It is 30 years of the NWO. And it's for life. Yeah, but I think the PWO is probably a more popular faction in pro wrestling. There's a lot more puppets in pro wrestling today than there are members of the NWO. That's probably actually right, I think. Not 100% positive on that. No active members of the NWO still wrestling that I can think. Joe, is there anyone left who is a member of the NWO who is still an active wrestler?
Rey Mysterio.
Rey was NWO Wolfpack.
Rey Mysterio.
Yep, there you go. Rey Mysterio, the last member of the NWO.
Wait.
Wasn't he LWO?
He was in both.
Are you sure about that?
No, Ray was in the Wolfpack because first he was in NWO because they took the mask off, and then that's when they went to the Wolfpack.
Speaking of taking Ray's mask off, that happened on Raw this week.
Yeah.
Want to know something, Joe?
What's up?
Today's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, yes.
I still have not watched Raw.
Which Raw are we talking about here?
I haven't watched this past Monday's Raw. I don't think I've watched last Monday's Raw either.
Oh, okay.
Also, this is a big one. I haven't avoided any information about Raw. Been on Instagram. Mm-hmm. I still kind of don't know what happened. I've seen some stuff, but none of it seemed to matter at all. So I don't know that I actually know what's happened on Raw.
Oh, well, I could tell you. Javon Evans is now qualified for the King of the Ring, beating who was it? Seth. Who else? Penta wasn't in there. Oh, Ricky Saint, yeah. It was Javon, Seth, Ricky Saint, and somebody from SmackDown. I forgot who it was, but yeah, Javon Evans won it
because the Vision cost Seth.
Yes, and the main reason is that from what I heard, the reason why Javon Evans won is because leaks went around saying it's gonna be Seth winning. King of the Ring.
Would have made sense to have Seth win. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to get Oba and Ray. Oba and Dom.
Oba is going to face Javon. Then Dom is going to face between Finn, Jay, LA Knight, and Royce Keys Friday.
Okay. Who do you have winning the King of the Ring?
if I did it right, I would go between Dom and Jay. And Dom and Javon. They're my two picks.
Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have Finn win it?
Nah. If you look at the roster,
because whoever wins gets a title shot, right? Against whoever they pick.
Whoever they pick.
Finn should win, and he should take the belt off of Cody.
But if you look at it carefully, it looks like they're going after the younger generation for this year, King of the Ring. So it looks as though, if I had to say it, I think the final four is going to be Oba, Javon, Dom, and Royce Keys.
You think Javon Evans is poised for a major push?
I definitely think it's going to be the final two. I'm saying the final two is going to be between Javon, Dominic, Mysterio. That's my pick. Final two.
I'm confused by the strategy of them having Oba Femi and the King of the Ring, unless it's going to be that Brock Lesnar cost him the match.
That's the main reason why I think they're going to have Brock costing the match. Probably 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks from now? Yeah, 2 weeks. No, wait. Monday. Probably Monday. My bad. Monday.
Yeah. I have a note here that says that the line that he delivered to Dom was, "We know Ray is your father. Next week, I'll introduce you to your daddy." So it seems, I'm guessing next week we're getting Dom versus Oba.
Probably so, yeah.
I've seen that Penta retain the IC title, which is good. She's on a fantasy faction.
That was good. I can say this. I missed the first hour because it came on at 2 o'clock, so I just watched 3 o'clock. It wasn't on at 3. Yeah.
You didn't go back and watch the hour you missed?
Nah.
Why not?
Oh, because I seen all the leaks that happened in that first hour, so I was like, oh, okay, ain't missing nothing. So I'd rather just watch the rest.
I just seen a video from an interview with Karrion Kross and Ariel Helwani. And Ariel touched on a comment made by Bubba Ray Dudley on Bust Open Radio, where he referred to WWE as boring.
You know, I was trying to look for that whole scenario, send it to you, but I couldn't find it.
You know, it's been a rough week for me, Joe. I have found myself agreeing with Eric Bischoff and with Bubba Ray Dudley all in the span of 7 days.
Hey, look at it this way. It's June. It's men's mental health. So this is your mental health. Agreeing with Eazy-E and Bubba Ray.
Ah, man. I guess Bubba Ray saying that WWE is currently boring.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that it's spot on, because there's tons of stuff I still enjoy. I said there's matches I enjoy, but nothing feels like I gotta see it. And that's a problem.
Yes.
I've missed 2 weeks of Raw. I don't know the last time I was fully committed in watching an episode of SmackDown. And I don't feel like I've missed anything at all. I have no FOMO. And that's wild to me right now. Like,
that is wild.
Let me ask you this, Joe.
Go ahead.
When did it lose traction?
I would say Cody beat Roman. Cody beat Roman. at WrestleMania. And then if you look at when Cody beat Roman at WrestleMania, it slowly started to die down because they're trying to push Cody, make us believe in Cody. Didn't really work out. And then they tried to push Cena being a heel, kind of sort of worked, but then it just, we need back in the babyface.
I don't think Cena being a heel was bad, man. I really don't.
It wasn't bad.
They just didn't let it breathe. He should have left with the belt. If we go back in time and they keep Cena as a heel and he leaves with the belt, retires with the belt, and WWE had to hit a hard reset, that would have been better for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, man, it's Ariel Helwani. I'm not going to say he ripped me off, but I think I was the first one to call WWE soulless. He said that WWE is, he keeps saying, calling it soulless. And just because like everything's a money grab and they're not listening and they're not trying to pivot and it's just beating the same drum. Cuban Chapo, WWE is a thumbs down.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
Wild.
I definitely say happy. Okay. Well, I'll say this. When Cody beat Roman, you can see it starting to form right there. But then they came back with the whole KO and Cody with the Wingo title. That was a good run.
That was good TV.
That was good.
KO was a perfect adversary for Cody Rhodes, and Kevin Owens was right. That's the important part. KO was right. He did nothing wrong.
Yeah. Now that was good until he unfortunately got injured. So
even that match with Cody was really good. Like,
indeed, I would say the next thing that was probably good then that between WrestleMania 40 when Cody won. Next big thing was probably you could say when Roman came back solo at SummerSlam. That was okay.
I don't know, man. I didn't enjoy it. The Oba solo feud wasn't good. The Roman solo, not good.
And then wait. Another big thing was the Drew and CM Punk.
Drew and Punk was good. We'll get to Punk in a minute. Cuban Chapo live in the chat said they're still doing this whole Bloodline again. So I see a lot of people negative about it being the Bloodline again. And I don't think that the Bloodline again is a negative. I'm the guy who said put the belt back on Roman. Put the belt back on Roman.
Yeah, I'll say this.
The misstep was running Roman and Jacob back to back. It wasn't even the right time to do Roman and Jacob. It wasn't the right time.
No.
Not at the right time at all.
I'll say this. It wasn't the right time. But I'll say this. They were trying to reform the Bloodline this week. Well, this past couple months. It's working out. Slowly, it's working out. It's giving you that feel to tune in to Raw.
I will say this. There's one problem with redoing the Bloodline right now. As the guy who said put the belt back on Roman and rerun, and I said run the OG Bloodline again. I said it. They can't. They got to be heels, man. Like, what are we doing here? You can't have a babyface faction. Roman winning clean. Why is Roman winning clean?
Hey, that's a good thing.
Bullshit.
It's kind of a good thing.
You can't have a whole babyface faction with your champion as a babyface when he's supposed to be the guy demanding that you acknowledge him.
But remember, you also get mad when people interfere, and they showing that Roman don't need help.
Yeah, I'm supposed to get mad that people interfere. That's what heel heat is. Roman had heel heat as champion. We wanted someone to overthrow the king, and that's what sells tickets. That's what builds interest. That It's all about the chase, Joe. What I always tell you, a heel is a better champion because it's all about the chase. Ric Flair doesn't become the dirtiest player in the game if Dusty Rhodes ain't chasing him. Talking factions, talking heel factions, Joe.
Yeah, I knew it was going to come up today.
Joe.
Yeah.
This is where the big boys play, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Check the adjective. Play. We're not here to play. 30 years, man. 30 years of the NWO.
30 years. That's can't beat that 30 years.
It's still for life.
Mm-hmm.
Still for life, man. The same week that we had Kevin Nash debut on WCW Nitro, we had on Monday Night Raw, Jerry the King Lawler gave the Ultimate Warrior a picture.
Oh.
That's the opposite programming. I say that to say I kind of feel like 30 years later, we're in a very similar place where WWE has some very boring programming opposite the excitement that is AEW. It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting, like history somewhat repeating itself. We just don't have outsiders in AEW. We mentioned earlier that I agreed with Eric Bischoff. What I agree with Eric Bischoff on was he said that the Bloodline is the greatest story ever told in pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But as a faction, they're not better than it. They won't have the impact that the NWO had on the industry. And I 100% agree. And this is why I agree, and then you can give me your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
The Bloodline exists in a bubble. The only impact it has is inside of WWE. It will never cause a ripple effect. It'll never, it's not changing the industry. It changed WWE, but it's inside of that bubble.
Mm-hmm.
When Scott Hall and Kevin Nash showed up on Nitro, they were cooler than anyone on the roster. They were cooler than anybody in that locker room, and they were cooler than anybody in New York. They were the coolest guys in every room. And then came the violence. It was gang warfare.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was choosing a side. Some people were Team WCW. Some were NWO for life. You had the Horsemen. We had Steiners, Sting, and Luger. We had all that initially. And it lit fire in wrestling fans.
Mm-hmm.
In school, we were picking sides, man. We were picking sides. It was like you were joining the gang. Colors did you have on?
Yeah. I couldn't get the shirt. I'm just saying, I couldn't get the shirt.
And to me, like, I watched both, but man, like the NWO really sparked WWE leaning into the Attitude Era. I will say, I do think that the first shoot promo, work shoot, was Bret Hart and the Cage thing, but I think that may have been 97. I don't think that was 96.
The Cage?
But where they're taking on Big Blue and he shoved McMahon. That was 97, right?
That was 97. That was after 97.
Because we had Austin's King of the Ring in June of 96.
Yeah, that was 97. 97.
And it was crazy. It was a crazy time. But do you think the Bloodline's the best story told in pro wrestling?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Do you think it can have the same impact the NWO had?
This is where it's kind of iffy. Here's why it's iffy. I see both sides of the story, and I was thinking about it. I would say this. NWO made you believe that a faction can happen later on in somebody's career. Make you believe. Like the Four Horsemen. Like, if you look back, you got the Freebirds, the Four Horsemen, all those
Dangerous
original
Alliance.
factions.
Dangerous Alliance.
Even the Four Horsemen. You got the originals. The original faction. And then you got today's faction, well, early 90s faction, that made you believe actual real people talking and not just a character. There we go. And then when you think about it, what NWO did is what gave the Bullet Club and everybody else believe. You're either with us or against us. You get the good merchandise, have everybody sell it. You get everybody trying to wear design like you, because there are times I ran into you a lot of times. You had that Bullet Club shirt on, you and the hat. You would have it on because you represent. And then we think, but the only downside to it that I see why Eric Bischoff says the Bloodline story is better is because you look at it, you got 4 individuals. You count Sami Zayn as the original Bloodline member. 4 people that nobody really didn't care about. You put 4 people together that made you believe in their character. It made you actually think that Roman Reigns, the big dog, he was just somebody crazy. Look at the Usos. When they became the Usos Penitentiary, they was doing good heelish as a tag team. They could have kept that going.
Pause.
What's up?
The Usos and the Uso Penitentiary
That was good.
Was the Usos being the Briscoes.
Hey, that was good, though.
Just gonna say it.
Okay. Go ahead. Cool.
They were just trying to be the Briscoes, man.
Hey, I'm just saying, if you think about it, but they kept the original going on.
I liked it.
They still was up. They kept the face paint and everything, but they came cool.
Yeah.
And now, if you look at that, I'm thinking about NWO. The NWO basically got 3 people together, formed a good childhood, teenagers, my bad, I wasn't child then. Teenagers, our teenage years, make you want to be like them. And look what we did. And let's go back and watch it, and you think about it, that's all you saw was, hey, come on our side, get the money, and go home. That was basically what the NWO did, and got the merch, got the money, go home. The Bloodline story, how it formed, from story went on. You didn't hear nothing. You saw the beef, the cracks, but they kept the storyline going. They formed and all became one. And that was like the best story ever. And if you look how they won the belts, Usos becoming the longest tag team champion reign. I forgot how long it was, and Roman Reigns having a single title run. It made you actually want to focus on that storyline more than the NWO did, because it had a good, strong storytelling.
It was cinematic. We were watching a gangster movie play out.
And
it was a mafia movie.
Yeah, and if you think about it, whatever show they was on, SmackDown or Raw, you want to tune in and watch it and hear what Roman or the Usos.
You wanted to tune in and watch it even though you knew Roman wasn't going to be on.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, and this is why this is kind of the hiccup I think they're having right now with reforming the Bloodline, is that the Bloodline saga was a mafia movie. Roman lost the belt and went away. So Roman got locked up.
Mm-hmm.
When he came home, there should have been a more engaging story. And what the story should have been, to give me the pen. Roman comes home and he's trying to get into the Rumble, and the family wants to help him. Now Roman's trying to go legit. He don't want nobody's help. He's going to do it on his own. And the crowd would have been behind it. And then he wins the Rumble. Kind of on his own, but at the end, maybe it's Jacob takes out, maybe it's Jay takes out the last guy and himself. and Roman wins.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, hey, Jay kind of helped Roman there. Roman goes on to Mania, and maybe Jay helps him win at Mania and become champ without Roman's knowledge that Jay helped him win. And then he's getting help by the family. He doesn't want to be helped. He wants to be legit. He's trying to go legit. And they just keep pulling him back in. And then you have Jay been tied up in the IC title scene, and maybe he gets mugged by a group of goons. I don't know who you had to be. And Roman has to rescue Jay. And just like that, they start reforming and they start doing Bloodline shit. This whole having Roman win with no interference isn't Bloodline shit. The mob boss has to get mobbed up again. He has to.
Mm-hmm.
He has to. Nobody wants to see Uncle Guido working at the deli. Nobody wants to see that shit. Nobody wants Joey the Bull Gambino, pumping gas. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. When knock around guys knocking around guys. And that's how it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns is supposed to be the tribal chief. And that's supposed to be by any means necessary. They're retelling their own story incorrectly. And it's disgusting. They need to fix it. Dude, they need to fix it. The bloodline right now should be taking out Oba Femi. Brock Lesnar should be the hired hand of the bloodline. The enemy of the enemy is my friend. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Roman and the Usos should be eliciting the services of Brock Lesnar to keep Oba Femi away from Roman Reigns. That should be the motivating factor of how, or we should have a whodunit. Let's go ahead and let's do a whodunit. Someone should attack Oba Femi before he has his match with Dom, so Oba Femi does not win, and we don't know who did it, and we all assume it's Brock. We should always assume that it was Brock Lesnar. And at the end of the day, when we get the reveal, it should have been Roman Reigns. Because the head of the table should be protecting his chair. Roman can't allow Oba Femi to win King of the Ring. Roman can't go facing Oba Femi at SummerSlam. Roman can't have the ruler be a threat to the crown. That's the story. That's the story. Instead, Jacob falls in line, starts eating. We don't know where CM Punk is. I think Punk's fired.
Nah.
Dude, there's so many crazy posts of people like Punk's going to be suing WWE. He's taking legal action. 3 weeks ago, I said I had heard that CM Punk got a renegotiated deal offer for less dates and less money. And everyone said I was nuts. Well. Look where we are today.
Yeah. CM Punk.
The wrestling news cycle is 3 weeks behind Jeremy. That's all I'm saying.
Well, like you said, they didn't say the name of who took the pay cut, but if you look carefully, it could be Foreman. Just saying.
Before we talk a little bit about AEW, I just want to touch on what's being called the downfall of TNA. I believe it was under 500,000 viewers last week on AMC.
Ooh.
I believe so. I think somebody shared 200-something thousand. I think that's low. I don't think that's right. But seems like TNA is just falling apart. Multiple people are asking for their releases. Seemingly everyone worth a damn whose contract is about to be up is going to let their contract expire, and they're going to go to WWE if they get the opportunity. Seems like that entire promotion is in free fall.
Yeah. Leon Slate, his contract up this month. Yeah.
Steve Macklin asked for his release and got it.
Oh, yeah, he was a part of Piece of Fire. He could have still been there. He got fired.
He asked for his release and it was granted. So I don't know, man.
No.
A couple years ago, we talked about could TNA replace AEW as number 2 through their partnership with WWE. Everybody was like dick riding TNA, like, oh, it's good, it's so much better than AEW. No, it's not. No, it's not. As someone who was a guest of TNA at the Rebellion pay-per-view in Cleveland, it ain't better than AEW.
Well, I'll just say this. I would blame it on the channel that it's on, but that ain't a great reason. It's not the TNA everybody remember. But I can tell you this. It is Tuesday, July 9th. You can watch the 3-part series of Dark Side of the Ring about Jeff Jarrett and TNA.
That will be interesting.
Yes. On Vice, y'all. So you'll hear how TNA and Jeff Jarrett, what happened and what was the dark side of it. 3-part series, y'all. So be prepared for that.
AEW Dynamite's in Cincinnati, Joe.
I know.
Our boy Shane Taylor is going to be facing Jon Moxley for the AEW Continental Championship.
Now, I thought that was a fluke when I seen that. I'm like, is that real? Or did I miss
2
something?
weeks ago, I commented that said they need to book Jon Moxley versus Shane Taylor in Cincinnati, the battle for Ohio. Cleveland versus Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Shane Taylor liked my comment. And here we are today. On Ring of Honor last night, they called it the Battle for Ohio. I like to think I'm influencing pro wrestling. I don't know. Does Shane Taylor beat Jon Moxley?
I'm going to say no. Because Cincinnati is Mox's hometown. I'm going to say no. It'll be good to see Cleveland do it, but I'm just going to say they're going to go with
I think Shane Taylor wins, but I don't think he wins the title. Okay. There's a way for Shane Taylor to go over and not get the belt. Do a count out. I mean, Continental Championship, everyone's barred from ringside, right?
Hold up. Before we get to this, is it the Continental Championship itself or the eliminated Continental?
I believe the title's on the line because it is a block. It is like a special like that. Let me check though. I'm almost positive that title is on the line.
Okay, because I just know they got this eliminator. It's always
they do the eliminator things.
But I would say Mox will keep. I think Mox gonna keep that belt for a while because that's like his child. Well, that's his baby.
Trying to find it.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw that. I'm like, ooh, is that real or that's like because the clips they kept showing like old clips how they fought. I'm like, oh, I don't think it's gonna be a real match. But then, oh, it is legit.
Let's go. Let's do a Google search here.
Because that's the only. If it's legit, then hey, I say you should win the belt. But if not, it's just gonna be that eliminator.
Here we go. Moxley will put his Continental Championship on the line against Shane Taylor. So yeah, title's on the line.
Oh, okay.
The Owen Hart Foundation Men's Tournament, Swerve versus Brody King. Who you got?
You know what? I think we're gonna get Swerve. I think it's gonna be Swerve and Ospreay.
Think so. We're gonna get Swerve and Ospreay. We got Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament. Sky Blue versus Suri.
I'll go with Suri.
Then we have Orange Cassidy versus Andrade El Idolo.
Ooh. I'm going Andrade on the roll, man. I can't. Andrade on the roll. He's on the roll.
He should beat Orange Cassidy. Then we have Pac versus Mark Briscoe. I should point out that like everyone is part of a faction. Like Orange Cassidy's in the conglomeration. Andrade is part of the Don Callis family. Pac is part of the Death Riders. Mark Briscoe is part of the conglomeration. When we talk gang warfare, we talk factions, man. AEW is where the factions are at.
Mm-hmm. But they need better names. But hey, man, I got nothing to do with that.
I don't know who wins. Whether it's going to be, I guess it's probably going to be Briscoe.
You know, here's the thing. I like Briscoe, but Pac should win. Pac is good, but he just. Ugh. I think he's a good. I think he likes losing more than winning.
He makes everybody look good. I mean, Pac looks like $1 million. He's great in the ring. So whenever he puts people over well, people look good by beating Pac.
Yeah.
We will not have anything from MJF except for maybe a video because he hyperextended his knee last week. He's rehabbing that. But we will hear from the Jet Kevin Knight, and we will hear from Tommaso Ciampa.
Ooh. 1001 Why I Hate Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm. I like Tommaso Ciampa going after Jericho.
You know, I wasn't expecting Tommaso to go after Jericho. That's the last person you just picked.
Didn't expect it at all, but I like it because Tommaso Ciampa should be that unpredictable character. He's a psycho killer. He should be the guy who's not winning. He's not, I'm going after this dude. We're gonna hear from Kevin Knight. I'm just gonna say this. Last week they debuted Kevin Knight as being part of the Don Callis family.
Mm-hmm.
They did it terribly. It sucked. Not just Don Callis spitting his teeth out, but like the whole thing. Like, if you were gonna have him join the Don Callis family, why wouldn't it have happened during the match? And after the match, you get the reveal. Like somebody from Don Callis family helps him win that match, and then you get the reveal that he's part of the Don Callis family. Like he was facing his former tag team partner. Why would you announce him being part of the heel stable ahead of the match happening? That was dumb. Like, really dumb idea. It just came off really stupid. The execution was stupid. The match was great.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
Second half of the match was great, I should say. The first half, Kevin Knight wrestled like a heel, which, like, there's this trope in wrestling where, like, if you're a heel, all of a sudden you can't have exciting moves. And he kind of did that in the beginning. I didn't like that.
But that's his style, though. You can't.
Yeah, have him be exciting. That's what he's supposed to be. But I don't understand why you have him with Don Callis' family. I just don't. I mean, he's going to get the push. He's going to be on TV a lot, right? But, like, why did he do that?
I think the Don Callis family, if you look, I think they're just grabbing all the younger generation and trying to make them a heel. Majority of them are in the, like, 20s, if you think about it. Like, 20s, I mean, early 30s. 20s, early 30s, yeah.
But he turned on Darby Allin. He didn't need extra heel heat. He was going to turn on Mike Bailey. So you're going to have two turns, two baby faces to work him against. He has a title. He didn't need to go with the Don Callis family because he eventually has to leave the Don Callis family.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they all eventually have to leave.
I can tell you this. I really thought he was going to join Swerve. That's what I thought was going to happen. Because Swerve told him to come to my side and I'll show you how to be a star.
Yeah. It would have made sense for him to be aligned with Swerve. I'm not sure Swerve should be aligned with anyone, but then, like, then you have Swerve, who's the ultimate heel, could have turned on Kevin Knight and turned him back face. So, like, you had some options there.
Yeah.
I mean, Don Callis family, I mean, you have options, I guess. I mean, it's a big stable. There's a lot of stuff that can go on, but, like, it's too big. Like, Don Callis family is too big.
And majority of Don Callis family is injured, too.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird. It was weird to do. Don't really care for it. But I do care for Dynamite, man. It's a stacked card. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have anyone. Well, Mox is wrestling. Mox is on our team, so we'll get some points there. But who knows, man? That's not a lot. That's not enough to fill up the whole show. What they have announced, they should sprinkle some more stuff in.
They probably will. What? And is it 3 hours tonight or just 2?
Just two. Collision happens tomorrow night.
Okay, cool. I don't know.
You got anything else, man?
I'll say I don't know how they're gonna do it with the whole Owen Hart tournament. But if I had to say, I think they might make save money. 2-time Owen Hart winner. Well, the female side. Yeah.
I think so. Makes the most sense.
Yeah. But also, I'm going to say AEW. I think Chris Jericho is on his last run, and he's going to put everybody over.
Yeah, probably. He'll probably touch another singles title at some point in this run. Probably not the world title again. We are gone from that era of Jericho being world champ. I would like to see him with the TNT title. That'd be cool.
I think Jericho, his title runs are done. He good.
He needs a feud with Kyle Fletcher. That could be his last feud if need be. That'd be fine with that.
He made it clear, right? Or not?
Fletcher? I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
I don't know. But I'll say that if Jericho did have his last match, I would say his last match should be in AEW. It should be against somebody who like Chris Jericho.
Fletcher's a good guy to send him packing.
Yeah. That could be somebody.
And he needs someone to start his Legend Killer arc. He should beat Kenny. I mean, he should beat Jericho. He should beat Kenny. He should beat Okada. We're a long way from Will Ospreay saying goodbye, so can't throw that in there.
Yeah. But, yeah. It's going to be something with the AEW. Oh, speaking of which, in case you ain't heard, your boy Big Cass and Enzo at the Performance Center.
Yeah, they're going to bring him back to NXT. Which they probably need some reason for people to watch NXT. I don't think that'll be enough to get me to do it, but we'll see.
That's a crazy run.
Yeah.
And one more thing before we go. Yes, I tried to watch Raw with my dad while I was on vacation. I tried to watch it. It came on in the afternoon, so we did watch it, but he's not into it anymore. He said they just do the same thing over and over. It's not the same, so he stopped watching it.
WWE programming has not been very exciting. The matches are good. Talent is good. It's just like what's happening with the booking and behind the scenes of what they're trying to get out there. It just doesn't. It's not resonating, and it's not something to miss. I don't quite know what it is, but everything's meant. That's the cycle, right? Wrestling has a cycle. It's the ups and the downs.
And that's why the main reason Road Dogg left, because he said it was getting boring. It was getting worse in his interview.
Yeah, he ain't wrong. All right, everyone, thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. If you're checking us out on YouTube, thank you. That means I uploaded it to YouTube. That's a shocker.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll be back later on in the weekend. We'll do a weekend wrestling review, probably, maybe, hopefully. Who knows? Enjoy Dynamite tonight. Tomorrow night, Ring of Honor. Get Honor Club. And don't pirate pro wrestling. We have a shirt that tells you not to.
I have to do it.
Keep moving forward. Keep your shoulders off the mat. We're out.